I'm Katerina Kazayas, and you're watching Global Gab. This is the show where we recap all of the world's top trending international news headlines. Join me today as we take a look at the headlines that hit our radar the week of September 15th, 2015. First up, for those of you that have been watching, you'll know that I was in the Rocky Mountains last week. Well, this week, I'm coming to you from sunny Miami. And trust me, it is hot here. That brings us to our first headline. In fact, exactly this. The scorching year continues, with this summer officially being clocked in as the hottest summer on record. That's right, August became the hottest August ever recorded. This from the beginning of when they started recording temperature data. This was about 136 years ago. So right now, both NASA and NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, are telling us that this is going to be wrapping up to be the hottest year ever. Up till now, 2014 was the hottest year, but they're saying that because of the fact that February, March, May, June, July, and August, all 6 months have clocked in as the hottest months ever. We are well on track to break records again in 2015. This is going to be another hot year. Now, this past decade was the hottest decade ever, and also this past 12-month period. So not only 2014, but the 12-month period, August to August. We'll continue to monitor the weather and the temperatures here on Global Gab. In the meantime, I'm going to be sitting inside this lovely air conditioning space. Speaking of natural occurrences, for those of you that may not know, Chile had a massive earthquake this week. It hit 8.3 on the Richter scale. It has confirmed to leave 10 people dead and over 1 million people out of their homes. The epicenter was about 100 miles west of Santiago, which is the capital, but we're being told that aftershocks have been felt around that country. There have been 12 fairly severe aftershocks since that earthquake. Chile being one of the world's most earthquake-prone countries in the world. So our thoughts and prayers with the people there in Chile. Big economic news this week. The Federal Reserve officials left interest rates unchanged. They opted to delay interest rate hikes. We think here at Global Gab that's largely because of a number of factors. The fact that inflation is still very low, the fact that unemployment is still very high, all of the volatility that we've been seeing in the stock markets, and of course the weak economic data coming out of a number of countries at this time. The interest rate is staying at between 0 and 0.25%. They're not expecting another rate increase. This is leading us to understand that this economic recovery everyone keeps talking about is very slow to be moving forward. The U.S., of course, being the world's second largest economy right now. And if economics is not your thing, maybe fashion is. New York Fashion Week is taking place this week with all of the world's top designers in New York showing off their wares. They are showing their designs for the Spring 2016 collections, basically letting you and I know and see what we're going to be wearing come Spring 2016. At Global Gab here, we tweeted yesterday's Global Gab daily headline. That would have been for September the 17th. We tweeted a link to online magazine Harper's Bazaar. They had uploaded just a ton of fantastic photos, fashion photos that we here wanted to share with you. So anyone in New York, I'm sure you're having a blast. And finally, the Global Gab wildcard headline of the week. Now, this is always my favorite. Something interesting. A new Facebook study suggests, listen to this, that people from higher social classes have fewer international friends. Exactly. Now, Facebook, coupled with an organization that does these sort of studies, and what they determined using anonymous data, don't worry, was that people from higher social classes, wealthier, a little more affluent, had fewer international friends than people that weren't so affluent. This, to us, at the beginning sounded a little counterintuitive, because you'd think that people with money have money to travel, have money to vacation, would be meeting new and interesting people. But no, apparently what the study proves is that people in higher social classes tend to stick to themselves. The exact numbers coming in as people from lower social class countries having 35% of their friends on average being international, compared to only 28% from those in higher social class countries. A little bit of news for you. Those were the headlines that hit our radar this week, September 14th, 2015. Join us next week as again we recap some of the things we think you need to know. This is a great segment to tune into. It's 4 to 5 to 6 minutes depending on how long I chat, and it really gives you a lot of tips to make you sound intelligent on that date you might be going on this weekend, and also for any sort of social gathering you might be attending. We thank you. I'll see you next week here on Global Gab. Cheers and bye-bye.